Hi. So with the Animal Crossing update, in my last video when I gave a tour and talked about how excited I was for the 2.0 update, I have been on a deep dive, hyper fixated, and focusing on what I want my island to look like. Now, my main island is on my Switch Lite, so those are very hard walkthroughs and short videos to make because I have to capture all of it on there and then switch it over to my computer and then line it up and then voiceover. But on my second island, which I started on my family Switch, so I'll be playing it a lot less often than my main island, but passively some of these videos will be kind of fun. So I learned about this website called Happy Home Planner or Happy Home Designer, and I'll throw a link down below. And I went on there with what my main island looks like on my second island. So I went on there with my second island layout and planned what I want it to be. So this is my second island. As you can see, I chose the one as best I could that had the most open flat space to begin with, and I started with Hazel and Kid Cat, which I hate, but I will be kicking them off my island as soon as I possibly can. So for now I put them on the beach and they're up and out of the way so that I can quickly get through as much of the game as possible and maybe get to terraforming before too long. So first thing I did on my map was erase everything because I know I'm going to mostly flatten. There's not going to be that much of the second and third levels that I have to flatten. It's going to be cutting down part of it and extending most of it. And I know that right now my island is called Townsville, and it's going to be centered a lot around shopping and activities.
So many activities!
And just a real whole world inside one island. At least that's my goal. So one of the things that I really wanted to do was have like a mountain type area. So up in the top right corner we'll have as high as we can go, and I might even build up that fourth level that you can't climb up onto in certain areas just to have it there. And while I'm figuring out the deals on this, I know I wanted my neighborhood to be a cul-de-sac. I know I wanted a spooky forest. I wanted a mountain, a lake. The rivers needed to join, but mostly stay out of the way. And I wanted you to walk right into town. I wanted a shopping center or a market, like a definite shopping area, and not just the two shops. I wanted to have my own shops. Like, I've seen people make farms and farmers markets and cheese shops and stuff like that. So there's definitely that idea out there. And with the new update, I'm not trying to hyper plan too much because I don't know what those items are going to be and what I'm going to do with them and what inspiration is going to get me. But I do know that I want to focus on a city, a neighborhood, and a mountain area. So I'm working through how I want to do the layout, and I know I at first was thinking about maybe doing a lake in between a circle of houses because I also want all of my villagers to be ducks. I love the duck villagers. So I just placed 10 houses down and kind of left them there for the moment and started kind of seeing where I wanted things to be. And I also want to have minimal bridges and inclines, mostly because there's too many to choose from. I want my aesthetic to be foresty, ranchy, mountain, and I don't want to use too many different types. So I'm only going to use bridges when absolutely necessary. The campsite is definitely going to be up in the mountains, and the top right 2 squares will be a spooky forest, but I'll get there in a minute. So this is where I figure out that I could do the cul-de-sac in a circle and have 2 houses leading into the cul-de-sac. Now, I was drawing this with my finger because my Apple Pencil was dead, so these lines are not going to be pretty, and this is not going to be 100% accurate. This is mostly going to be a guide to help me plan from top left to bottom right, and I know that I'm going to have to really, really plan ahead and play the bell game to get, or the turnip stock market, whatever, to get everything I need on this island. But this one I think is going to be a lot of fun, and I'm kind of realizing now that I could have named it Duckburg and had just ducks, but I really like the ducks, and on my main island almost everybody is pink. But I think I'm going to get away from that trend because I need to refresh my island with new villagers. So this one will definitely be ducks only, and that means that the pond up in the mountain can be more foresty and cute, and they'll have a farm with other animals, and I also decided that the cul-de-sac could have a little pond in the middle, and that would make the most sense for ducks. On my main island, I went a little crazy with palm trees, so on this one I'm only doing it on the side beaches that won't really be getting a lot of action. And I'm going to make those very natural and scenic, so there'll be different things to take pictures with, but those will probably get done last. And then as we keep going, I moved the shops to the right, so you walk right in between, right off the airport into the shopping center, which will probably have all the plaza stuff in it as well. And then I decided to connect to the two rivers, which I kind of hate, but I end up sticking with it because I needed a place to put my house and my farm, which you better believe I'm having a farm. Everybody's gonna have a farm, and I know specifically that I'm gonna have 5 to 10 trees, depending on how many crops come in the update and how much space I need, but 5 for sure. If you have 10, you get 30 of that fruit every time you harvest. So it just, if you're gonna take up 2 slots, it might as well be 20, but I'm a little OCD, and you can't plant enough trees to only get 20, so if you plant enough to get 30, then it takes up 3 slots, but they're full slots, and it's just efficient, or more efficient in my head, and I like it. And then yeah, I know I'm gonna put my house there with a barn, and then you can go in between the house and the barn to get to the farm. And I go up here, and it's forest time. I really want it to be a spooky forest, so I'm definitely going to utilize the Halloween items up there and have it out all year round. And over here, I decide I need a space for flowers. For some reason, I am a like optimist, not an optimist, an optimal player. Like I want, you know, some people choose to have just flowers or just an orchard or just a city or just, and I want everything. I want every single thing I can possibly fit in my island. For example, I want a flower bed. I want a forest. I want the marketplace, the carnival, the beachfront, the bar, the crop, the cul-de-sac, the mountain. I am going to try to fit every single thing in here and make it flow and make it feel natural and nice. And originally I was going to play this island and not change any of the terrain and just build around as is, but then I decided that maybe I'll do that for my next island after I finish this one. Of course, I'm not going to restart my main island. I have spent over 1,000 hours on my main island, so my new island will be the one that I'm going to spend a lot of time on, but I'm not going to hoard items. I'm only going to get the items that I need and get bells to make it exactly what I want. So that is the plan there, and as you can see with my final image, I want to have it all. You can see up in the top left there is a Zen Forest area. So the Zen Forest is up in the mountains. There'll probably be a hot spring up there in the Zen Forest, and it'll go down to the campsite and then down to the spooky forest, and then off to a private beach, which will probably have, you know, something special on it. Just haven't really figured out what yet. And the beachfront bar and the spa beach might get switched, but whichever one will be close to the peninsula. The peninsula is going to be a diving spot. And then on the left, F1 near the fishing pier where you can get to Cap'n, will be a fishing shop and a fishing beach. So there'll be, you know, if I can get a ton of coolers and fish on display, that's probably where I'll put it. I have a feeling on this island I may not upgrade my museum because I'll have it on my main island, so I'm not missing out on the update, but for this one aesthetically I think that I'm gonna leave it as is so that I can turn that whole back area where the area is, where the museum is, into a dig site, because that's probably my favorite thing to make is dig sites. So the museum area may end up on one level up or two, but we'll see. Yeah, and I think that's gonna do it for this part of the video. So this is installment 1 in my series of pre-planning for my second island after the Animal Crossing November 5th update. I am finishing this up on Halloween, and today I'm just chilling in my kigurumi, having some fun, and playing my other island in preparation for the November 5th update, which is in 5 days, and I'm so excited. I hope that watching me pre-plan a second island was at least entertaining. I would love to have spent more time on editing on this, but I am trying to get something done and just kind of get in the habit of finishing videos, and then once I have that habit down and I have a little bit more time, I will put more effort into editing. And the thing is it's not more effort, it's just more time to continue putting effort into something. But I don't know about you, I'm really excited for the Animal Crossing update, and I'm counting down the days. And I'm changing my main island, and I'm prepping my second island, and it's a lot of fun. I hope you guys are having fun too, and happy Halloween, and I hope the holiday season treats you well. Bye-bye!